when FaZe were struggling, the best they've looked really over the past 5 years in that particular mode. They've had their inconsistencies so far at Hardpoint. They've been solid.
Yeah, you can see just all time. They kind of dominated this last win for Boston was almost 800 days ago versus Atlanta FaZe team.
Sheesh. Yeah, that's one of those stats. I mean, FaZe has got a lot in the positive department, but that certainly is a wild one. But away we go. Major I in Madrid kicking off. FaZe breach to start us off. Red card and an 8 from FaZe to get us rocking and rolling. But Cell is the guy that has really seemed to get right back into his comfort zone. He's been a lock for the numbers, and well, maybe the best player in the world, the best player on time, all time is Simp. And this guy, I mean, he just doesn't really lose in round ones. You don't see it very often for this FaZe team.
No, I think the big thing with Cell, right, when we talk about his stats, it's just like, it's like him and Dashy stats-wise. Like, maybe you can throw in Scrap, but right now it is very much a Jackal world, right? We're starting to see 3 subs. It's probably going to be even stronger on land. So it's just, can they keep this up here in this winners round 1 when you talk about players like Cell and Droz?
I mean, that was the big question mark early. We'll see how it'll play out for them, but a strong map for either teams here. Awakening with a double and a guy that we're looking to really step it up. I mean, yeah, ARs have been struggling, as you said, but Wake, a guy that can just pop off at any moment. But you say, oh boy, because this is a chance here to stretch this together. If you are Atlanta FaZe, they get some key kills in sequence. As they set up for the P2, they'll be locked inside of the Hardpoint. Is now the pressure to breach, spawning bottom and trying to break in.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was just a huge 2 kills there from Droz with that pistol to set this up. Now you're going to have 3 dead. The last player alive going to be Awakening. You have them spawning where you want to. You can see number 2 and Simp trying to block spawn so they can rotate. That was the last player from that first initial push, but already great time here at P2.
Yeah, it has been some comfort time here early on. Simp with that win on the bench, now trying to wrap it back. Great eyes to the sky there from Droz to get the player above them. The little stretch from Simp then will end. But still, this has been perfect. I mean, you have not had a single contested second inside of this P2. And with 10 seconds remaining, you get this perfect 60. You're feeling real great. At least you've got the spawn topside now if you're Boston Breach. You'll have a chance to answer back and some kills at a clutch time just to make sure you can't really get out, spread the map, layer towards the next point for FaZe.
Yeah, so the big thing here is that Simp actually spawns up. Yeah, he spawns garage side. Is Purge going to read this? I don't know. He spawns as soon as that hill comes up, so he's able to spawn right next to it now. He's able to find that kill. You do go 1 for 1, but this time Droz is going to be here. This is what can make P3 so difficult, are those close garage spawns. Get really messy, but Snoopy again with a nice double to try to slow things down here for Boston and get them time.
No, it looks insane on the minimap, but it's just one you got to be ready for on this particular hardpoint. You deal with it great if you're a Boston Breach. 3 dead on the feed. So far, so good. FaZe, though, might flip it on its head, and that triple kind of silences the stretch from Breach for a moment. And just those kills, I think he's able to spawn his 2 teammates close because he does pop off in that moment. You'll keep it scrappy here, but for the most part, Breach have dealt with a couple insane scenarios pretty well.
Yeah, but I mean, you're just hoping to maybe find a little bit more time with how good that rotation was. And now you can see behind FaZe's triple, Simp was able to get out, Celium now able to get out, and they're setting up for this P4. So already going to have Droz on the hill, and this is where you can find a lot of time if you are Atlanta FaZe.
And you get a lot of time here. Yeah, you're pushing open a significant lead in the map 1 of this series, so you're really relying on a big break. You have 2 spawning out. You got a chance to collapse on this. 2 big kills as well for Breach. Here they go. It's going to be Droz to the point by himself. Trophy going to eat the 1 nade. He's trying to buy time for the reinforcements to come in. He's not able to get the first. That's Snoopy that actually is coming through with all the kills. Nice sequence from Breach, and they're able to get in for now. But of course, it's FaZe that at least gets 2 again to keep it mixy.
He was the guy really throughout the minor was FaZe. Like, I mean, he kind of got them rolling, right? It was obviously that Simp, 1 versus 4, but FaZe has been so consistent throughout the year. And again, another multi-kill for him. Some split spawns coming for Boston Breach early in that hill to get them on the time, but you're still going to have a 30-point lead as we head to P5.
Yeah, they got like 2 openers plus the split, and next thing it's like a 4-on-1 collapse. Yeah, it went about as good as it could. Trying to find the opening on the other side was FaZe and Droz. Cammy and Snoopy not allowing it to happen, but you will have Celium playing off the headies here and trying to shut it down in and around the hard point. Is everyone vying for control? The tiny tears, though, go big. They're able to get 3. Last guy kind of out deep is Cammy. He's going to get picked by Droz. So you'll have a nice setup, 40-point advantage for FaZe, and a good position for now.
Yeah, there is Cammy kind of going for that pinch, but Simp was able to read it. So just all the kills right now in the feed have been Atlanta FaZe. The ARs come out. Simp's going to pull out a 3rd one for this hill. He's going to be on 5 in a row. He's leading the way with 18 on the map. And this was the problem for Boston Breach. The last time these two teams played was just a slang. I think Snoopy was around -20. Awakening was right around there. They kind of just got dominated when it comes to the slaying department.
Yeah, Simp up to 19 now. Well, he's been getting the slaying done, but also a couple hardpoints. He's been that guy that's kind of dealing with that spawn out, making sure like the big flip doesn't come in, trying to read spawns and get kills. He's been able to do it all. On 20, another one for him through with the headshot. Lee just slowly building. Like, what's scary territory for you here? Like
honestly, like I think they're kind of lucky this isn't worse. I mean, when you look at the scoreboard and see outside of Snoopy, you're not getting much production. Like only being down 60 or 70 points, I think you're very much still in this if you're Boston Breach, but you have to start to pick it up right now because it always feels like that second rotation gets a little bit cleaner for that team who's sort of dominating. But I mean, yeah, this could be worse if you are Boston Breach.
Well, the fact that two players flirt with double negatives for quite a while, yeah. It certainly could be, but no, you're right. It seems like the team kicks it into another gear in the second set of rotations and really gets a firm control on the map. We'll see if FaZe are able to do it here, but FaZe so far, so good. What, about an 80-point advantage? You've been in the driver's seat really from the opening spawn. Let's hear the comps from Atlanta FaZe here at Major I.
Take it. Take it. He's on time.
Make sure you're first. I'm gonna go Sage. Head me, guys. I'm going Sage.
Here you go. Stay down for globe.
Awakening's their hedge, okay?
One more top globe.
No, their hedge.
One's trying to stage on me.
They're showing stage in the back.
One's their hedge.
I can't really get hill right now.
No, one's on hedge. Hey, what's the behind you, I think?
Stay down. Make globe.
Oh my god.
Stage. Two stage. Stay down.
What's in the back?
No more. Get three. Oh my god.
I have your cross there, okay?
You're two team in row.
Help it.
I'm trying.
Came in their side.
Top right.
Their side. Came in their side.
This guy's so fucking
Nice.
Holy fuck, you
guys. Yeah, spawn cap.
Yeah. I'm shouting cafe.
Yeah, I'm just showing my
Cafe,
cross.
holy fuck, open the land, boys.
Yep.
I'm nading over.
Middle me.
I need one side.
What's close?
Hey,
Watch out the glass.
I'll make one spawn. To their side, they're all in there.
Yep, I saw the...
Yeah, Snoopy mid-stairs dead. One more awakening mid and one stage going front left.
I missed that.
One's mid-stairs. Nice, Chris. There's spawning in the back. I think two spawning in the back. Go mid-stairs.
He's weak, mid-stairs, awakening.
Well, it was getting scary at the beginning to listen in, and it's just gotten scarier. Atlanta FaZe taking over a Breach at risk of being 100-point club unless they can hold on to control here, but draw some of this pop-off moments. Simp with some big plays. FaZe continue to click, and if we thought maybe the red cards were going to help out Breach, it's not looking that way so far.
Yeah, this is what I'm kind of worried about. I mean, if FaZe's red card is going to be this good this weekend, right, they're a team that's going to auto-veto vault for the most part versus most teams. You're going to have to play them on red card or protocol, in which protocol they dominated the minor. That was their map.
Yeah.
It is going to be so difficult to beat this team this weekend.
Well, that's, I mean, if you talk over the years why they've been such a good squad, a lot of, yes, you have all the talent in the world, don't get me wrong, but it's just, yeah, the map hole has usually been one of the widest just year in and year out, and they're trying to do that here at Major I. BZ, I thought getting the opening, but not going to happen. Cammy hits the slide, hits the shots, but is that going to be enough to mount what would be the most insane comeback on the year? You at least were able to eclipse 100 points. Cammy's shot, I thought a little bit shaky at first, but no assist. He'll connect at the tail end of that. Yeah, Bush messed with his aim assist, but just 22 needed for the win, and Breach, if you're finally starting to get something going, some momentum, it's just one of those situations where it's probably a little bit too late in the map.
Yeah, I guess what we kind of always talk about when you're down this much, but if the game starts to shift your way, can you carry some of this momentum into like the search and destroy, into that game too? Still a chance. If FaZe's going to get in and any scrap time, going to put them that much closer from winning map number 1.
Yeah, it's not even like the momentum for me. Sometimes it's like, it's just get rid of the frustration. Yeah. Get warm and get rid of the frustration. You're probably like pissed off. You're getting slammed. At least if you're starting to light it up in the feet a bit late in the map, you start to feel good about something, but you'll be 10 away from the victory here as our next hardpoint pops. Simp approaching 40 on 35 right now, and his Purge gets a double. It'll be him trying to answer back with a multi of his own, and he's able to do just that. 2 for him. Teammates now in, and that might be the one to decide it. You're spawning out pretty deep from the point if you are Boston Breach. All control here to Atlanta FaZe. A real team effort there. No bomb from Cell, but you didn't need it. Everybody putting on. Map 1 is a blowout. As Atlanta FaZe dominate the red card to kick us off in this best of 5.
And You know, as good as Boston Breach has been, this was just like the one probably toughest matchup for them, right? We just saw it, and it just feels like we saw last year. Like matchup-wise, it can go from team to team, and for whatever reason, well, I mean, a lot of people have trouble with Atlanta FaZe, but this is just one that doesn't seem to go their way.
And just for anyone, really, like if you were in that top 4, this is the one you didn't want to face round 1. Like you were hoping it wasn't going to be Atlanta FaZe you're going to go up against. That's just due to what that 1-3 start that they kick off the year in. So now, more pressure to Boston Breach to try and answer back. If they thought maybe the change up in the order of the best of 5 map set was going to help them, it certainly doesn't there. FaZe go up, what, 50 to 60 early and really never look back. I mean, that was just a dominant one. There's not much you can take away from it from a positive standpoint for Boston Breach, other than maybe the guns got a little warmer towards the end.
Yeah, I mean, Snoopy had a pretty solid game, but I mean, you just look at the stat lines. Simp just from the get-go. Draws had a couple of big multi-kills into the amount of non-traded kills that those two have. They just set the pace. I mean, maybe like the one big sort of momentum change was that one Simp spawn out where like you finally had some control near that P3 for Boston early on in the game. But I mean, it's still a 30-point game right from this point. It's just like as soon as that second set of hills got going, they just did not find many kills.
We're wondering when FaZe is going to turn it on. One of the slowest starts, if not the slowest start they've had, is that core 3. When you talk about the inception of the CDL, it was surprising. I mean, there are a lot of, listen, here, they get booed as they come out. There were a lot of people that were very happy that they came out struggling early, but it just feels like the break happened, and then it was just a totally different team. And, you know, you just wonder what it is, if they were, you know, playing the game wrong fundamentally, or if it's, you know, we suspect it's more, listen, that core 3 is playing together a long time. We're talking like 6 years. To stay on top, and yes, I know they haven't necessarily won the most events every year, but you've been on top. Like, you've had the most CDL points. You've been a contender year in and year out for 6 years. I don't know, man. It's just hard to do. Sometimes you just have to remind yourself, like, we got to do all the little things we used to do that took us to get here. We've got to communicate better, whatever it is. Like, they may just had to iron some stuff out.
Yeah, I mean, they're like married couples.
Yeah,
I mean,
right?
that's just
like,
what it is.
When you play together this long, like, I'm sure a lot of it was just little stuff that other teams don't even have to worry about. Or like if other teams do worry about it, they make a change. Whereas this team is just stuck through all of it.
Yeah, here's that game flow from map number 1. You just see sort of the middle, right from that P4 to the P2. They just kind of flatline does Boston Breach. And I mean, you get a massive lead, 228 to 93, and that just get you the map win.
Yeah, that'll be enough to close it out on a map like Red Card. But now we get to Search and Destroy, where we'll see if Breach can bring it back. A look at how the maps are going to break down for it. But for those in attendance, those at home, welcome. We're looking to have a whole hell of a lot of fun. If you're on the West Coast, good morning. I know it's interesting for us here. I made it through pretty well though. Like how you doing? Like jet lag?
Jet lag,
I'm
good.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a plan and it worked.
We did. We got
stayed
here.
Awake.
We stayed up all day. We walked around park. We went to did some shopping with Allie. We went exploring. But we were, I mean, that first day we got here, Tuesday? I was a zombie, but we stayed up all day. That's all we had to do. We made it tonight, and we're good.
We're locked in now.
I was working. You know me. At least we haven't been here for years. Wait, is it like 2019 was the last time?
Yeah, 2020. Yeah.
But I used to be. You know me. I got it bad. Like jet lag, I was always bad. I never like followed that rule of staying up. I just come in and be like, oh, I'll take a nap. It'll be fine. And 8 hours pass, and you're just screwed up. But so far, so good. Feeling good. Yeah, that might be a thing with the players too. I mean, it's not something we're going to talk about much because we don't know who's dealing with it, but. You gotta imagine you've competed across the pond.
No, I would expect some upsets, honestly. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
is that big of a deal?
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, it just really depends. But yeah, I think these guys sort of take care of it. But you can see right here, just sort of days since the last win. I mean, yeah, you have FaZe and Optic there at the top, and then it's Ultra, but it's been over a year for them.
My God, we'll see what upsets we'll get this weekend. I don't know. I mean. We were kind of, I feel like a couple weeks ago, we weren't really sure how things were going to shake up. We weren't really sure where the separation was. I think we still have a lot of question marks. Like, we're not sure how good Ultra is. I don't know what I think about Thieves. I think my gut tells me we're looking at like a FaZe Optic type final. Like, they seem to be the two most consistent teams coming into the major, but who the hell knows?
I feel like, yeah, I mean, it's those two since the break that have just looked like they know the game better. Individually, 100%. The stars are going off, but outside of that, yes, there is a ton of question marks.
Absolutely.
Across the board. Carolina's starting to go the wrong way. You know, this Boston team, outside of this FaZe matchup, how well do they play? Vancouver Surge is on the up and up. Like, there is just a lot of shifting parts right now in the league.
Yeah, because we thought they were a bottom team that won 3 straight, so it's like, who knows? They might be a team that turns up on lane because they're competing from Vancouver. Like, I got no idea, but hopefully it's going to be entertaining and a whole hell of a lot of fun. But map 2, answer back time now for Boston Breach. They want to avoid the 0-2 hole. Because you're thinking protocol, I mean, we go there for the control. It was a 3-0 slamming, so they need to get this map. They need to.
And you saw the records there. This is really where FaZe struggled early on in the year, but then started to turn around since the minor in the search and destroy. But Breach getting aggressive over towards B. Now, Bomb is still in spawn, so this is really just maybe a faker just clearing out the room so Snoopy can get here. We have one player in the back, but all of FaZe are here. They have the info. They're not seeing anything A side. All 4 players from FaZe in position out to defend the B side.
Yeah, I mean, he's just laying there that entire time to set up the trap, and then he goes ahead and pounces. Cammy does get one to bring it back to 3 versus 3, but quickly that'll go away. Now they are just swinging on the final player, FaZe. Able to strike first in the round 1 as they collapse on him on A.
I mean, that's all info, right? I mean, you see nobody outside, and somebody's calling it. It's a B hit. Everybody rotate. All 4 players, you give up that outside bomb site, you're all here. I mean, you got some forward space if you were Boston Breach, but yeah, they just get caught. Bomb wasn't there.
And yeah, I'd say it's just like if you have that space, well, you have to act quicker, or you need to show something at the opposite side. Like, what needed to change?
Well, I think maybe you show some info on the outside, but it felt just like maybe they were playing for some info. That it's just Snoopy with Bomb wasn't really there.
No.
It was just really a 2 versus 4 on the site.
And I will see what FaZe opt to do offensively. It looks like we're mounting up towards A. Simp gonna get hit with the nade early, so he's just trying to stay up. He's got Purge right on the other side. Simp will spot him, hit it with the shoulder. Gonna get caught though. Purge with the opener. Abisi there for the trade. You don't allow Purge to get 2 and maybe just win the round right there. Bomb back in hand for Atlanta FaZe, and it looks like they're backing it up for now.
And you know, a lot of players like to get active on the flank on this map, so they're gonna try to take their time, clear out their side. You have one player in Draza just sort of watching that rotation, showing some presence over towards the A site, but yeah, for right now, the other 2 of FaZe going towards B.
What's the timing going to be like here? For Abisi as they wrap back. There's all these doors to clear, tries to get across, not going to happen. Cammy not going to get traded, Cell going to get put down. What a play there from Cammy. He's so weak though, the hip fire from Draws at least able to finally get the kill. We got 20 seconds to go. You got 1 to the left, 1 to the right. He wins that, gets safe, maybe a chance to push that to a 1 versus 1. But it doesn't happen. They're able to stall them out at A with the opening blood from Purge. And yeah, maybe you're just hoping you wrap this back and you catch somebody working the flank, but that doesn't happen.
Yeah, just tough. I mean, when you start to rotate sites on this map, there is just so much to clear, right?
It's not quick.
It's not quick at all. So when you start to wrap, and then the opponents at A are like, I'm not seeing nothing. It's a very quick rotation to B for the defense, and they're able to get in position.
Man, it's like if you try to just be reckless and just hit it and not clear stuff, you're just still slamming through doors, like giving away audio cues that you're on the wrap. We'll see if Breach a little more success this time as they work up towards B. Nearly able to catch a BZ. I mean, last time we saw him basically just laying prone the entire time until the call was to Chow. Cellium this time gets the opener. Purge taken out of it. So you'll have numbers in the 4v3 on defense, and now this push just becomes so much more difficult for the offense.
I mean, this is just such a strong position from Draws, right? Just he's watching that cross towards stage. So again, this is your info towards A. I'm not seeing anything. So what does that mean? Cell and Sim can go and lock down B with a BZ. So they pretty much have all the info in the world right now.
Snoopy. Your Winfield route, just seeing if he can get eyes and just block 1. Damage in, and there's the kill. Nice little jump, gets the headshot. Big opener from Snoopy. Now this is down to a 3 versus 3. Draw's kind of out of it for now, but so is Cammy, who's trying to get back into it. So the timing from Cammy and Draw is going to be big. Will they pick up Draws? Number 4 on the map starting to work in. Awakening able to win a big fight. Sim can't do it from his back. The pre-fire from Cell, not going to do it either. Draws doesn't get there in time. He'll now be last alive in a 1 versus 3. Great patience there from Boston Breach, and well, Snoopy just giving him numbers.
Well, and honestly, I mean, Draws is just hoping that his teammates find 1 and just buy him a little bit of time. He's just trying to work the flank, but again, not easy, not quick to do. You had Cammy lurking on the other side. They're not able to find each other, but Snoopy with some great shots there after that first blood from Cellium to even things up. And then, yeah, it's just sort of the timing's on the flank, and well, that time it paid off for Breach.
Yeah, before Beezy's able to realize like where he's getting shot from, like go prone, he just gets caught. Like I thought he was just going to go prone, hopefully stay up, but just enough time for Snoopy to get that kill.
In the corner, just pitch you back up.
Yeah, right. But no, big 3v4 there from Boston Breach. As Purge is only got one, but he was that first blood last time they were on defense. And he looks to be in a pretty similar position, at least in an aggressive spot out towards A. And a lot of time he's going to be involved in their early action. He'll be the point man, so that's going to be the first line that FaZe is going to have to deal with. But for now, we're just kind of seeing the spots from a BZ as he looks for information working up towards B. And the deeper he gets, he's like, all right, boys, start bringing bomb. Let's start to work this.
Yeah, so really Purge is just working off Awakening. Awakening was very close to him. He's putting some shots into Draza. Awakening is now backing up. This is to set up a Purge play so that he can activate if they go towards A. The problem is, though, all of FaZe starting to rotate towards B, so Cammy and Snoopy going to have to just stay alive, wait for their teammates.
And Purge is going now, so similar to what we saw Draws doing, will Purge get there in time? First blood for Abizi. Working up but picked up. At number 1, and Celium seems to be watching the flank, so he should have a fight here soon with Purge. He does, so he's able to pick up Purge. Awakening does get one, but suddenly it's the last player. And Wake, he's on 3 in a row, but best of luck with this. That's something we're just going to keep an eye on. When it's this B play, that fourth player that's going to be trying to collapse on it, does it get picked up? Are they able to get there in time to make a play? Did the other 3 or 2 stay up long enough to just buy them some time? But Cell had that locked down.
It just feels like it just doesn't work.
Yeah. Oh, so what would you do differently?
I mean, you can try to
just stack it together.
Yeah, stack it together if you want. You know, use stun and nades to retake from your side. Or, yeah, maybe like a double flank where you try to pick off Celium and then collapse from that way, but it just feels like every time there's a B play, like we've seen flanks work on A, right? You take their top window, you have like this crossfire come in, but this B flank from time and time again just feels like it takes so long. And well, throughout this map, each team has lost it.
Yeah. Wasn't time and time again on the bingo card?
Was it?
It might be. I haven't said sexy yet, and that doesn't count.
Okay. Well, got one.
That doesn't count, Ant. That doesn't count. 2-2 though in the search is Breach. Tried to answer back to tie it up 1-1. I was pissed when I found out Chance didn't bring his sweater though. That just hideous purple and black one.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, sure. To his grandmother maybe. Draza brings it back to a 3 versus 3. Awakening gets another one as he's up to 5. He died on a 3 spree before heading into this round, so he's had some great stretches for Breach, so they don't have it planted with numbers. 3 versus 2. Abizi, though. What kind of timing does he find? He's just going to go. Finds a great one. Chow's the second one as well. He'll be weak from the fight with Simp, so he's able to turn this into a 1 versus 1. 30 seconds to go. Cammy versus Simp. Or Abizi, sorry.
And Cammy hasn't shown. There was, again, this weird timing with Abizi. So Cammy has no idea. He's going to check it, but Abizi does not have a lot of time. 20 seconds. What is the timing like going to be for Abizi?
Oh!
Just doesn't hit the shot, and now Cammy just trying to play his life, but gets taken down.
Gotta run.
Now it is a foot race to the bomb. 7.5 to the fuse, and Abizi able to get there.
I thought it was going to be closer, honestly. But he gets there with a couple seconds to spare. He gets 3 in the round. And yeah, no, I thought the route he was taking through lobby, I'm like, this is going to take too much time. But like, luckily for him, the second he gets top to second, like he gets eyes on him. And just gets him so weak. I mean, Cammy's option is just to lay there and hope it buys enough time. I mean, or he just hopes he reach-outs and catches him mid-sprint and YY and fries him. I don't know.
And again, we've been talking about sort of these flame plays, and that time Cammy was trying to watch it on defense, but Abizi was able to get on through. So, well, it turns in a 3-on-2 to a 2-on-2 near the bomb site, and then comes down to that 1v1 for Abizi.
And I was like, dude, the timing too is like Awakening turning, like, dude, right as he gets through. But big sequence there from Abizi. And they want to get right back to work over at B. Can he get across this time? This time he's able to at least get through. Spots one on the corner. Stun. Nade. Not doing too much damage. Well, never mind. He hits. What, Purge at the door, also hit down to 44 himself.
This is a switch up though. All 4 are here. Nobody working the flank. So Cell is by himself. You have numbers for now. If you are Boston Breach, but yeah, Cell gonna rotate over. He knows the play. 30 seconds on the bomb, and now Purge gonna try to take his route.
They give up the flank. He tries to hit it now, but look, Cell has turned, so he's got it picked up. Gets damage into Purge, sees that's not open. Time is dwindling. Simp with the multi, picking him apart. Nearly gets it done with the melee as well, but enough damage through to finish it off. So you change the retake there if you are Boston Breach. Unfortunately, still not able to get it done, but maybe a better chance there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the team kill comes through, so that makes it tough, but you had the right idea. You're trying to switch it up. They would have had the 4-on-3, and then Persius tries to take a route, but Cell just so smart, knows the timings. And again, FaZe are just reading the map. They know what they're giving up and what they're giving them. And if they're going to give them that B plan every time, they're going to take it.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if somebody got eyes on him wrapping back, but I swear, like, once I thought Cell recommitted, and then Perch was doing like the re-wrap up, I was like, hold up, this might be the play. But no, Cell was just still locking it down, irons up, ready to do it. 2-round advantage now for FaZe. We'll see what the offensive hit, how it develops now for Boston Breach. As they slide across. Some shots coming in from lobby. And you're playing this pretty passively if you're FaZe. You really back this up. So A site kind of open. You're obviously going to be able to get shots in, but oh, now they're starting to push it back out. Simp inches his way forward.
And again, just all info, right? So you still have a BZ playing B, but he's not going to see anything. Everyone else from FaZe is going to play towards the A site. 45 seconds off, and well, you go 1 for 1 at least. I'd say you're challenging Cell with the AR from that angle. But now Snoopy, it's his turn to get active and try to make a play. And well, he's going to make it. He's going to find Simp. Awakening finds Draws, all down to a BZ.
He just played so deep defensively if you're FaZe. A lot of map open to Breach, and they take advantage of it. But a BZ, he's already had a clutch. I say, don't let the man do it again. This time they shut him down quickly after he gets one. And that was one of those rounds you really had to win if you were Boston Breach.
Yeah, and they just take their time there. Right there does Boston Breach. I mean, Awakening's the bomb carrier. And with 20 seconds left, he doesn't want a BZ to find an opening to make a clutch play, right? Maybe catch someone on the bomb planning it. He just stays there, waits for Cammy to rotate, able to find the last one. But as you said, yeah, much needed round there for Breach.
And we'll see. I mean, this is the big question, though. They worked that B plant. How do you deal with it if you were Boston Breach? You've tried a couple of different things now. Do you set up early to deal with it, and then FaZe just hit A, though?
Well, it looks like they're sticking with their same strat with Persian Awakening out here, right? Persian's going to try to lurch down one of these staircases, go right back to his setup. Bait Awakening, so they've kept it very similar. But he's not going to find a kill. At least there's a team kill for the 1 for 1. Awakening just going to get out.
Oh my God, doesn't quite get out. The rechow in, he just could not escape. At least he got one, I guess. I mean, it looked ugly at first when Simp got around the corner. I thought he was just going to get dropped instantly, but you have numbers if you're FaZe. The map kind of flips on its head now. And FaZe looking to wrap this all the way around towards B. Snoopy just got info.
So you know the last one's here, though. No, Cell just waits. He waits for that pinch right there. And now it's all down to Cammy. Bomb being planted. He isn't in a position, maybe, but yeah, he's going to have to open a door. Can't get the first or the second. Looking tough in FaZe. Again, win on offense.
For a second, I thought he's catching the bomb planter, and then maybe he's got a one-on-one for a second. Cell is going to have to track back. It's so close to Cammy maybe catching them, but not going to happen. And yeah, I mean, just the fact that FaZe were able to take out Purge, then also, like, Awakening just could not get away from that with his life. You take numbers early, wrap it, get bomb planted, and control things from there. So far, they've handled their post plants. We'll take a look at it one more time. There's a BZ, he ends up getting 2. And yeah, he just gets so much damage into Awakening here. Like, I don't know. If he had help there, maybe you play your life a bit, but I think he's by himself. And you just know he's spreading out.
He's trying to catch a timing.
Yeah. Kind of what we were talking about earlier. Like, that's your only option. Like, what can do from the 1v1. You lay there and hope the time pays off, or you just catch somebody. I mean, Kenny's 1v2, pretty good example recently. He pulled off on Hacienda. Like, just catch someone and smoke them. But first blood again to FaZe. Numbers, though, down to a 2 versus 2 for now. Cell trying to trade shots, not going to happen. Hold up, Boston Breach keeping this alive. All in draws now. He's nowhere close at all. Still a lot of time to it, 50 seconds remaining. FaZe can take the 2-0 edge with the round win here. Breach can continue to push this.
I mean, you had a nice setup there from a BZ and Simp, but it was traded effectively. And then again, this Draws starts to work the flank and Cell gets caught. So he's into a clutch scenario. He has a good read on it. He's able to spot one. Is like checking maybe Awakening is watching that cross, but he's prone. So a nice little off angle there from Awakening.
Yeah, no, he had the read, but you said it perfectly. Awakening just lying in wait. Kind of like what happened to Snoopy in the last round. Like thinks he catches the time to get across and not able to do it. So they get within one again. Just can they pull off back-to-back? That's what they've struggled to do.
Defense. Yeah, they just need something here on defense because, yeah, FaZe continue to win on attack. Attacking both bomb sites. Just that default setup really not working on either side.
Well, if you're going to change something, what a round to do it. Get yourself to around 11. A little bit different setup here from Purge.
It's almost like FaZe is kind of expecting like maybe like an all-out rush through mid or something. The way they're kind of playing it, they show something towards A, maybe throw some nades, but now it is a fast wrap to B. Abizi's gonna be the point man as he normally is. Gonna throw the stun, wait for his teammates. The stun connects onto Snoopy, and Simp and Draza find the kills.
Okay, they just picked them apart here. Damage into a third as well. Purge will drop, and Awakening, best of luck in this. 1 versus 4. Their defense has just never had the answer. FaZe dominated through the offense. They take it 6-4. They've got a 2-0 edge, and now we're a map away from, well, what we just had in the league. A protocol to close it out, and FaZe take a 3-0, but so far so good. They just dominated this matchup.
No, yeah, I mean, they look comfortable. Obviously, map 1, like, you know, first series of a tournament, you have a little jitters, but they just very cool, calm, collected, hard points.
Yeah.
You had some pop-off moments, and in that search to destroy, there was a little back and forth, but yeah, they always held on to that lead.
No, they absolutely did. Just never gave up. Yeah, kind of back-to-back rounds. Let them take an advantage, rip off 3 straight. We've had a lot of that, too, in Search this year. Just these streaks between 10, win 3 in a row, win 4 in a row. You haven't had a ton of that, at least in this one.
Yeah, 2 and 10 on a Purge, 4 first deaths as well. I mean, you win the first blood category 7-3, that's a big deal. But I mean, Purge just got caught in a lot of the plays, right? He tried to flank, shut down. He tried to like work the middle of the map quickly on defense. A lot of the times traded, shut down immediately.
And he's a guy's found a lot of success in that role and on this particular map, just not against FaZe. Like they know how he wants to play. They want to take him out of the equation. I think they think like if we shut him down the opening, we have the best opener in the world in Abizi. That they're going to be feeling pretty good. They're able to do exactly that, just dominate the early rounds. And Purge, just who's been far more consistent this year. Just nothing. I mean, it's be tough with him at 2-10.
No, I mean, this is a team like, you know, FaZe, they just, yeah, they're watching a lot of prep, doing a lot of VODs, and sort of like, all right, who do we need to shut down on these maps? Who are the playmakers, right? Like when, yeah, they're going to circle that name, right? Make sure they know where Purge is.
Certainly. Well, before we continue on to our map 3 and see if FaZe can shut it out with 3-0, we're going to kick it back to the desk quick to break down our first 2.
Thank you, gentlemen. This one looking even worse than the previous meeting between Boston and Atlanta. You saw a beatdown in that first hard point. Welcome back to the desk. I got Alley Cat and Nameless as always, and today we have a very special guest with some fantastic hair. Miles the Ross Boss.
Thanks, mate.
Why are FaZe booed wherever they go on the planet? This team is so good.
Well, I don't know. I mean, well, their fans are as passionate as their haters. That's all I can say. I know there's a lot of serious FaZe fans out here, but hey, the biggest FaZe fan right now is me. I love Simp. He is unbelievable.
Yes.
He took over map 1. Yeah. It was a very, you know, a classic Chris Lair performance. I enjoyed it a lot, man. He was there picking up points. He was there picking up rotations. He was getting the kills. You name it. He did it all.
He did do it all. I think that map 1 was just kind of like I said, it was a big opener. Atlanta FaZe usually comes out really, really hot during these weekends and then sometimes kind of taper off near Sunday. But for me, like, it was just unreal. The P1s and P2s of Atlanta, they outscored them on P2 like literally 90-5. So Boston reached a really, really slow start out of them. But I'm happy to see Draza and Simp spawned in the map 1.
Nameless, I know you're a super fan of Awakening. You have been for multiple years. He just had a terrible game 1. Do you think he can bounce back in the respawn?
Well, he bounced back in the search and destroy. He was playing phenomenal. We'll get into the search here in a moment. So, yeah, I have faith in him. But, yeah, when you talk about Atlanta FaZe, crazy performance. They're hard to play against. I mean, they pick up on things the other teams don't. You're watching the ticket hill right here. I mean, both times just phenomenal on this hill. A player gets a random spawn out in the back, and who picks up on it? Simp, the guy on the right. And that's the reason. He goes 38-21 with all that damage.
You can't win many hard points when you have Simp and Draza dropping bombs like that on you. 98 seconds of hill time as well over a minute for Simp. These two are cooking. In map 2, though, some games you just see a BZ get shut down. This was not one of them.
Oh, no way. If map 1 was all Simp, map 2, it was all a BZ.
It was all a PC. I mean, he's called the first blood king for a reason, or the first blood demon, depending on which side of the coin you want to go for. I mean, just the aggression that he was setting on so early, because it was just defense after defense after defense, and then it's that one attack round where BZ just literally flies into B. He has no fear. He's checking every corner. Nobody's trying to contest him. He ends up dying first, but it's just enough pressure to allow his teammates to get that bomb down and win that round. And that that was the momentum change to that map number 2.
Yeah, I mean, their attack rounds were awesome.
Yeah.
They had a lot of great B pushes, and you know, it's very hard. It's like, what do? Do you flank? Because then Celium's watching it, he's going to pick up on that, or do you just stack it, and then aBeZy's going to pick you apart? And that's kind of Atlanta FaZe thesis on the map. It's like, okay, aBeZy, go work it, play for information, we're going to use our attacks, and we're going to clear B and get the bomb down. It worked every single time. And then Miles, the clutch was just unbelievable.
Hey, that's the icing on the cake. Another thing for me now is seeing land for the very first time in Black Ops 6. It looks crisp. It looks clean.
It does,
Our
yeah.
players are taking the advantage of that very, very low latency. Players like aBeZy, players like Celium.
I'm challenging.
I'm challenging. I'm going to hit as many bullets as I possibly can. I mean, moments like that, the clutch is a great example of that. That's not as easy to do online. You got to get a little bit of magic. But on LAN, it's pure skill, and it's all good.
Is there anyone on Boston that could just like realize that and flip the switch? It seems like Snoopy's not having an issue.
I think any of them could do it, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen huge moments from them, and like you said, we watched it. Awakening bounced back in that game 2 Search and Destroy, but now you're down 0-2 up against Atlanta FaZe. Like, this is a tall task. We've seen these players have reverse sweeps before. It starts with control. Protocol. Oh
yeah, I was going to say, let's take a look at the bracket, because with Protocol Control coming up, one of the few 3-0s we have ever witnessed occurred on that map. If Breach drop this next game, they go all the way down and play Cloud9 at the bottom of that elimination bracket.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, everybody likes to bully me when I say that Cloud9 would be a hard pick, so maybe they get their warm-up here to drop down to that Cloud9 and then push their way through the elimination bracket. But the biggest shock for me right now in Boston Breach is like Snoopy started the warm-up just a little bit, but we've got to get more out of Purge. You know, he's been around the block before. It's a very uncharacteristic performance out of him in map number 2. I predicted Boston Breach to win this protocol. I think they bounce back here, but I do have Atlanta FaZe still in 4.
Anything to add? Give me the Boston hope, Ann. I know there's a storyline somewhere we can draw and pull in. To Madrid.
Honestly, when I look at this series, the red cards were kind of their path to victory, right? You take games 1 and 2, catch FaZe off guard, and get to that game 5 and close it out. As it stands right now, if you're Boston Breach, you are in a very tough spot going into this protocol. You just got cooked by them a week ago.
Young roster, but they're known to pull off some upsets. Can they pull off the reverse sweep? Let's find out as we go to a game 3. Merc, Maven, take it away.
Thank you. Thank you for the breakdown, guys. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Last time we casted this, it was a 3-0, 3-0. The protocol, just trying to remember, I remember you had some pretty good opening breaks from Boston Breach. You know, you would get numbers early, you get some map position, and then from that point forward, they would struggle.
I think it was that round when they had a really strong defensive start, and then they gave it up. They lost that first defensive round. And that kind of, was the momentum shift for Atlanta FaZe.
So one of those, you played good defense until, remember, it was 10 seconds left on the clock. It got down to a 0.9 or something like that, if I remember right. It's just, they should have probably had a defense win, and then it just unravels.
And again, sort of the minor victory path for FaZe was, it was a lot of protocol. They're one of the few teams that sort of switched it up, got away from that vault that, a lot of teams dominated early on and said, you know what, we're just going to force teams. We have Hacienda in now. We're going to start to switch up this veto system. And now you have this opportunity again to close out the series on protocol.
Yeah, I thought maybe we'd see Hossie just based on how the protocol went, but maybe you're thinking of your Boston Breach. We're a couple little situations away from fixing this, but we take a look at the control defense this season. You've been solid there if you are FaZe. It must be the offensive struggles then for them, considering one of the poorer control starts they've had on a season, but they've started turning around as of late.
Yeah, no, 100%. You can see right here, just sort of defense they have been dominating. 7-7, it's all right for Boston Breach, but 10th in the league right now. A lot of improvement there.
Yeah, that's not good enough. If you're going to want to fight to a top 4, that's not going to be good enough. We'll see. Maybe the improvements start here. The good thing for them, you just played this, right? Just a week ago, you had this exact matchup. You can go back and look at the VOD, see where you screwed up. If it felt like it was just these little moments that got away from them, how do you clean those up? Cell this month, we're talking about since he got back from the break, a 1.3 in control, starting to put up Cell-like numbers as his individual play and this team have improved. But to the map 3 protocol we go. FaZe looking to shut this down with the swiftness and get moving on to Saturday for them. But Boston Breach want to give it their best and at least Purge maybe get started here early as he struggled a bit so far.
Yeah, if you're Boston Breach, you kind of want to do what FaZe did to you in the online matchup. You started on defense, and they were able to take round 1 here. Can you do that now, right? And then go up quickly 2-0. We'll see what happens there. And you had some changes to protocol. We don't have that quite yet with that B point moving. Just excited for that once we get back home, but Yeah, we know that B zone can be so difficult to take.
Well, this is a particular map because we talk a lot about those flankers kind of getting in behind enemy lines. And one thing that stood out the last time they played, like, BZ was kind of the lone guy doing it at times in that and doing a really good job staying alive, doing a really good job continuing to be a threat. Like, Snoopy and Purge were kind of trading off, but they just weren't finding success. Like, FaZe were doing such a good job just making sure there were players behind them, dealing with that before they moved up the map. We'll see if Breach can maybe find more success in that category this time around.
Yeah, already minute off the clock. Nice little spawn trap there for FaZe, but you do get out. The timing, though, not going to go Purge's way. So top 3 over to Celium. He's on 5 in a row. We just saw his stats, and that is going to be all 4 dead. Not the round 1 you wanted if you are Boston Breach. You don't even have a tick of work right now on either point.
Yeah, and Cammy and Awakening are in hell. They're both 0-4, just getting choke slammed on spawn. This is going to be one of the more dominant rounds you're going to see. 24-11 in lives. This is a slaughter out the gate. Protocol has been all FaZe. It continues here. That is diabolical in round 1. Like, that is an absolute choke slam.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what the comments would be after that one. Like,
Great, great job. Guys, it was tough. Let's just go again.
Let's just do the same thing to them that happened to us, right? Like, that's how that goes.
Hey, guys, it looks like we're going to losers. Bro, like, I don't know. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's nobody talking.
What do you say after a round like that?
And I mean, we've all been there, right? Like, if you're an AR player, you spun up on attack and protocol, you gotta run up some stairs into a sub. It's just not fun.
But that's like the longest stretch I've seen of like spawn slaying. We've seen like a wave or 2 of it, but that was like a solid minute, bro, of just getting slammed.
Yeah, 0-10. That's not good.
Woo!
Seldon die.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Holy hell. Well, let's see if Breach can fare better offensively or if they've just mentally been cut out of this one. Snoopy does get some openers. Now he gets this position. This is where FaZe were pretty good at dealing with it. Like, you let him get 1, maybe 2, but don't let him get lost. Don't let him play his life a ton. They deal with it pretty efficiently. But as they try to get out towards mid-map, that's going to get shut down pretty quickly. Simp going to be really the only one out. Cell still playing passively here. He's got a streak to work with. He wants the double-digit streak. He's able to do that. And he's now up to 10-0. And we got some classic Cell gameplay.
Yeah, he's got a Hellstorm if he wants to use that. But yeah, I mean, really, Simp's just going out. He's just pausing the clock. And Cell's just pretty much saying, I don't want to lose this building, right? Because that is when bad things happen. So, yes, it's very slow. He's playing for himself, but just trying to allow his teammates some room off spawn. He's also hitting shots like that.
Yeah.
That will be 3 dead. Awakening be the 1 player alive, just trying to stay alive mid-gun. And does a pretty great job finding a second there to allow Breach maybe to get some nades on the point.
Or he was just like, boys, I think I'm not going to die this map.
Yeah, probably. Play for it.
You got a tick and a half thus far. Selling draws with the AR, though, cutting them down now, and this should develop into some progress here onto A with 37 seconds remaining. Once again, the AR is doing a nice job over that stretch now at BZ. He's getting involved in the mix. Just a little 2-man game, but Abizi, he's been their one guy that really will sort of work the flank. I mean, last time we didn't see Simp doing a whole lot of it. It was really just the Abizi show, and he was doing such a good job playing his timings, playing his life, just being a nuisance for extended periods of time. And he's looking to get right back to that, and he's doing exactly that. Now the death's coming at a time where this is going to be interesting. You get a hope 5 and 8. At least if Purge and Snoopy are able to get some damage on the other side of this, because if they don't, this transition on over to B for FaZe. It looks like they've kept bodies up, so now you're sending this weird 2-2 split right now if you're FaZe and see how you want to play it.
Yeah, some tough timing right there for a BZ. Awakening was able to get on through. Cell's still alive though. He's on another streak. He's 16-1. Yeah, he's gonna have some insane control stats to start this tournament.
He might. He absolutely might. Awakening able to shut him down though, but time's starting to become a factor. You know, FaZe will often want to play this down to that battle of attrition into the lives department. We see Purge hit the grapple, and as he gets up top, we'll see what will open up for him. But they want to use the streak. They want to go for the offensive round win and get it done now. Play for info, play for map control.
Well, I think the call right there is they're going to play bottom middle, right? You see Simp and Abizi, and they're just hoping they can catch one top mid with the Hellstorm. But all of Boston pretty much just stay alive up top in the buildings. But now it's starting to get a little bit scary. A couple of players near B, Abizi and Draza in that area. Cammy's just looking, and again, just trying to pause the clock, bait some players out. Again, force it to come down to lives.
And Breach doing everything they can to make sure it comes down to time. 15 seconds to go. Cammy getting a couple of big ones. Not going to get away from that with the grapple, though, as Cell's got eyes on it.
It's a big win right here.
Try to pre-fire, not able to do it. Everybody falling, only 2 people up with no respawns remaining. They've got a body on the point with 6.8 seconds left. Purge and Cammy have got to be absolute heroes. Now it is all on Cammy to get it done. First tick will now be done. 1 versus 4. Cammy has had some insane highlight reels over the course of his career, but no chance to get one done here. FaZe get exactly what they want.
I imagine Cammy has just some nightmares about this team. I mean, throughout his career, just playing these guys. He'd have an insane resume if it wasn't for FaZe.
No, probably. No, very, very true. But yeah, I mean, body language obviously not going to be great right now for Boston Breach.
There's that smirk.
Yeah, that smirk, just, it's so annoying. Hey, bros, I've died twice. it's so annoying. But no, they've got to feel pretty damn good with how it's going. Sorry, he's 19-4. That's my bad. Not died twice. I honestly stopped paying attention.
Yeah, he's probably like, I can't believe I died 4 times that round.
Yeah. But this will be very similar to what we saw last time they played then. I mean, 3-0 in the series, 3-0 on the protocol. FaZe's getting kills through stuns, somehow picking up 2 off the double positive in 4 in a row.
They're going to be just right back into this trap.
Bro, they know that they don't have to fight over here, right?
I mean, just right back into it. FaZe's just running at people off spawn.
Yeah, I wouldn't be paying them a lot of respect either right now.
Yeah, I don't think they are. Now FaZe goes, Simp though just tries to get both of them. Cell's going to fly on through. So you finally get out of your base for now.
Yeah, I mean, you got out of your base for about 15 seconds. Your last offensive round. See if we can double that up.
Maybe get a tick. Maybe one.
Yeah, but now Draza, he's found the opening behind him.
He got one.
Or does he? His Cammy silences him. And yeah, you at least get a tick. Maybe working on more. Maybe get a little too aggressive there if your FaZe just looking to shut it down. Confidence is flowing. They are sending it. Cell trying to finish one. I kept waiting for the Cammy challenge to come in, but he's in a fight of his own. There you get 4 dead. Snoopy's able to pop a triple, so maybe some life being breathed into this team. Boston Breach will get that minute extension. Lives will be about even, but a lot of time to work with. You still have the hard work to do over at B, but obviously way more success here. Just kind of calm down the nerves. Like, boys, we can do this.
Yeah, they just can't have a sort of a 3-4 down moment, right? This is normally what we see. It can be very difficult to take this B point. Purge, though, going to find the first, and a quick trade. But that will be 3 dead.
Here we go. It's just going to be the 2 on it for now, so we're not moving all that quickly, but Awakening just ironed up, holding it. We'll take down 1. Pressure going to start to build, though, as Draza gets a kill. Snoopy trying not to let him get across, though, and Awakening's thinking the pressure is going to come from maybe top middle, so he's trying to back it up towards the staircase, but Simp finds a chance to peek there from bottom middle and shut it down. Snoopy's 4 streak will also come to an end. And getting aggressive on the other side will be 1 and 4. That'll be Cell and Draws. They're trying to maybe get them in the spawn trap again as FaZe gets another multi.
Yeah, I mean, Simp sort of got that first kill and then just kind of left it to his teammates. He was able to get pushed up. Now, you still have Cell there. Abizi's now here. You have to take some longer routes if you are Boston Breach through top middle. Abizi, though, he's just going to flank this. He's going to spot a lot from this area. And, well, he's going to find 2. That will be a 3 dead. Snoopy's going to be on the flank trying to work it, but the rest of his teammates going to have to get out of spawn.
Yeah, we'll see what the timing ends up being like with him. Okay, Snoopy at least able to pick up Sims, so they'll be worried about that in a second, but the rest of the teammates kind of pinned in. Yeah, they're just doing acrobatics, omni movement all over the place to try and get out of harm's way. FaZe chest bumps 1 and he'll end up falling, but Cell from up top still got eyes on the point. He just hits up the zip. He's not ready for that one. We got 30 seconds to go. You need just a little over a tick. And it's just still a lives conversation, though. Even if you're able to get onto the point, you trade effectively. You've still got that edge if you are FaZe. Stun hits everybody. FaZe somehow through the stuns able to get out of harm's way again.
And they just can't go 1 for 1 here if you're Boston. I mean, you're down to 4 lives now. 1 for 1s do not help you. There is a couple of string of kills on that side, but only 3 lives remaining. Gonna have to get on the point with 6 seconds. They try to, and well, it is all over in the winner's bracket for Boston Breach.
Atlanta FaZe come in, business as usual. Get things done in the round 1. A dominant 3-0 victory. They have Boston Breach's number, and Yeah, it might just be one of those matchups that it's just going to be a very tough one for Breach. It might be a very tough one for a lot of teams. But that's just back-to-back 0-3, so you go with your Breach, and you don't find a lot of success at all.
Yeah, I mean, like you talk about the strength of Breach and what they've shown throughout the year. It's really behind like sort of the sub duo, right? Like Snoopy had some pop-off moments, Persia has had.
Yeah.
And I mean, the sub duo on the other side is just better.
The best to ever do it.
Right, so Sif and Easy, they just kind of shut that down. You don't allow their playmakers to go off, and you should see what it does to this Breach team.
Yeah, no. It really puts a lot of pressure then maybe on Cammy and Awakening to have monster maps as well. You still have a tough matchup there if you are Boston Breach. That's a look at how it went. Cell slows down a bit, I guess, after that 8-0 start. Really a full team involvement there for the FaZe roster. Everyone flirting with negative to double negative on the side of Boston Breach. You had no answer from what FaZe was bringing. Just, dude, they flipped the switch since the break. They're right back to looking like one of the scariest teams in the league. Felt pretty confident. It'd be like them and Optic probably make it run to the final. It's still looking like an opportunity to be that.
Yeah, I mean, you won both the red cards, then you dominate the protocol control. So, I mean, this is just,